In this session, we will demonstrate the module access security controls. The sample application consists of a lightweight ASP.NET application with membership and role providers. I'm going to log in with a default admin account, username admin, password admin. You can see here there is a page to manage service requests, and under the administrators menu, the administrator can manage users or roles. If we go back to the service request page, now to allow users to do certain functions on this page, in standard ASP.NET we would have to hard code the role into the application. However, with module access security controls, you're allowed to provide the administrator the functionalities to create a role and assign permissions to this role. So if I go to the user admin, I can see that the user admin is part of the customer support role, administrator, and developer. If we go to the module access security permissions and we go under the customer support role, we can see that customer support has the permissions to add or edit service request forms. So if I go to the administrator, go to roles, and then I will create a new role. I'm going to call this role regional manager and save that. Then I will go to module access security permissions. I will see the role in here as regional manager. Then I go to service requests. I'm going to allow this role to add, delete, and edit service requests, and I'm going to save that. Now if I go back to the service request, I am still under the customer support role, and all I can do is create or edit. Now I will change my roles. Go to the user, admin, roles. I'm going to remove the customer support. I'm going to add the regional manager role, and now if I go to service requests, I can see here that I have the ability to delete as well, because now I'm part of that new role. So what we showed you here is how an administrator can dynamically create roles and assign functions to roles. Now I will show you how easy it is for a developer to add functions to the web application and associate those functions with permissions using module access security controls. So assuming that we need to add a print function to this service request, I will go back to my code and I'm going to add a new button here. I'll call it print button. Use the printer image and a tooltip. Save this. Go back here and I can see the print button. Now to add permissions to allow people to print or not to print, I'm going to go to this developer module access security functions for developer. Here I will go down to service request and I want to create a new node, new function, and I will call it print. This print comes up here. Now if I go to the administrator module access security permissions, I'm going to pick a role, and you can see here that this print function becomes available for the administrator to select. Now I'll go back to the developer. I select my print function, say generate snippet, the code. I have to select it, And now I can copy the code. In this case, the code is in C#. I'll go back here to my code behind. In my page load, I'm calling authorization here, so I go to that and I'm going to paste my code down here. I can delete anything that I declared before in my code, and if this user is authorized, I would say btn button print visible true, and then else btn print not visible false. Okay, now I'm going to rebuild my code. I'll go back to my application, log out, log back in, and now if I go to service request, you can see that the print icon is no longer there because now it's controlled by permissions. So I'm going to go to the role, to the module access security permission. I know that I'm in the role of regional manager, so I'll go down here, select print, save it, and go back to the service request, and as you can see here, the printer icon is available for me to use. As we showed you in this demo, the module access security is a powerful tool to provide the administrator with the tools to dynamically assign permissions to roles. When you download the Visual Access Controls library, you receive the sample application and with the source code in C# and VB.NET. The functionalities of the module access security are packed in two web user controls. One for the module access permissions, and these are the functions that are used by the administrator, and the other web user control is the one for the developer to create new functions and generate code either in C# or VB.NET. As a developer, you can reuse those web user controls available in the sample application or create your own tools. Thank you for taking the time to explore the module access security controls, and do not hesitate to contact our support services should you have any questions.